What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cheap Shot Music Podcast. I'm Jack.
I'm Justin.
And let's get into what's happening in music. All right, Justin, what's happening in music today?
So we're going to do a little bit of a release radar, but first we're going to go over today's top hits list on Spotify.
Because something has come back to haunt me.
Yeah, very much so. So Jack last episode said About Damn Time was not going to be listened to, and it fell off. And we looked at the list, and it's number one. And I go, Jack, Lizzo's at number one again.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but
I believed.
Yeah.
I believed in this song because we're getting really like house club mix songs in this summer. Drake's, Beyonce's.
So it's nice to have a little funk mix-up? Okay.
Yes,
All
and
right.
that's why it's nice to have Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush at number three still.
Well, how long are you going to keep that running?
Until volume 2 of season 4 Stranger Things comes out.
Yeah.
Which, who knows? I think it's next summer, but...
Yeah.
And then at number 2, it's As It Was again by Harry Styles. Yes, Star Fox. But anyways, what's on the release radar today?
So we've got Billie Eilish dropping a single, double-sided single, so it's 2 songs.
Nice.
And the tracks are called TV and the 30th. Now, TV is the one that's the first one on this single, I guess is what, even though it's technically 2 songs, which is kind of goofy, but that's music
Well, I
stuff.
like it because it's that throwback vinyl when you had a vinyl that had 2 singles on it because you have 2 sides. So it's just bringing back this nice culture of having that. I really
having
like it.
Physical copies of music. I like it too, but there's definitely going to be a part, like, there's definitely going to be a time someday where people are like, why is it called a single when there are 2 songs? We're pretty much in that already, but nonetheless.
That's when you can sell vinyls again, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So TV, here's the thing. First of all, Billie Eilish lyrically and how she represents herself, she's a full-on artist. So there's no disputing that she's a genuine artist. But man, TV is such a generic chord progression. Like if you listen to the song Walk Away by Ben Harper, there's another one called Self Portrait. It's not as like, but both are in the key of G, similar to what this song is. And it always follows this like da da da. And I know who's singing.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to push it.
Don't give me you're not giving me the satisfaction of me hating myself. Anyway, but it's very generic and it's been heard many times before. And I think one of the ways that they could have changed up this song or done something a little bit different is just add on a capo, because that bass line walk down part for the guitar is so common.
Cool.
Next song,
the
30th. I like that one more, I would say. And yeah, really, they're both genuine songs, but I feel like they might go a little bit by the wayside. I don't know if this is like a bad guy level hit. You know what I'm saying?
Is she just releasing music for the fun of it? And
well,
just,
I mean,
just
expressing herself, probably. But I think maybe this could be preparation for another album, because it's been almost a year now,
right?
I think, since she's released an album.
It's kind of her like
building up could be.
I don't really want this on my album. Let's release it. It doesn't attach to anything else.
Mm-hmm. And it could be hype.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Moving forward, we have Neo with who's also on the release radar with a new album called Self-Explanatory. I listened to a bit of it today. I like it so far. I think my favorite song off the album was, let me take a look here quickly. There was one that was really popular, You Too Love, featuring Jeremiah with Neo. That one's pretty good. I think my favorite was Don't Love Me, because it's interesting how he's talking about, like, if you love me, you'll get all, like, fucked up and stuff. And
well, yeah, it's Neo. It's like Post Malone.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing is, like, Neo always sings about being in relationships and being with ladies, but then he's, like, also probably that playa. You know what I'm saying?
He's a playa.
Yeah.
But so this is what he said about the album.
Okay.
He wants to let the music speak for itself.
Yeah.
Did you get that vibe out of it, or?
I think so. I mean, obviously the album is titled Self-Explanatory, so he wants it to. I don't know. Like, I think
Did it move you, Jack?
there's somewhat of
was
a
it-
paradox though with this, because
Yeah.
isn't like every song self-explanatory? Like it has
especially
meaning.
for Neo when he's having those super expressive notes that he does.
Yeah, well, and then just being very descriptive too. Like I think I know what it means when I think I know what he means when he's talking about his breakup in So Sick. You know that song? So sick of love songs.
For sure.
Yeah. That like to me is in itself self-explanatory. So it's kind of like a redundancy or somewhat of a paradox to title your album in such a way, but I have to give a full listen to it before I can give my full opinion, is what I would say.
Yeah, maybe that deserves a full breakdown in generic or genuine or something.
But what do we have next, Justin?
Yeah, something really weird. I think the weirdest thing that has happened in music news. Sadly, Kid Cudi was booed off stage. Well, got pelted with water bottles, and I'm looking like, did Kid Cudi do something? Like, did something? What is happening to solicit this response from the crowd?
Yeah.
And it was just because the crowd was expecting Kanye West and Lil Durk, and that's the only reason that has surfaced so far. It's a very early. It only happened this Friday or Saturday this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated with that. Check in on our Instagram. I'll post a story on it once there's more to say. But
Kid Cudi probably hates Kanye right now,
man,
like even more.
What? It's just so weird that Kanye fans would be so mad at Kid Cudi.
Yeah, when they
It's
did
just-
Kids See Ghosts together. I mean,
it's
come
just-
on.
Wouldn't you be happy? Well, okay, Kanye's not going to be here, for example. Well, at least I got Kid Cudi.
Yeah, and I know that's
It's
your
an
perspective.
A-list, but they're both A-list musicians.
Absolutely, they are. I just think that there's probably like, well, okay, you know how Kanye is. He has his disciples.
It's
so if you're
crazy.
if you're a disciple of Kanye, you hate the thing that is not a
Yeah.
disciple of Kanye, which is basically Kid Cudi right now.
And then, so I guess that perception of Kid Cudi said that he didn't want to do another song with Kanye.
Pissed off Kanye fans.
I guess, but holy crap.
It's, dude, super hot garbage. Like,
Yeah.
this is probably the most garbage news article that we've talked about
For sure.
all year.
Probably in Cheap Shot history.
Probably in Cheap Shot history.
Yeah.
But I think we're done with the news for today. How about we move into hot garbage?
Yes. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. Jack, what do we have for hot garbage today?
So today we have a special song. It's a remix.
Very special.
And, well, as you could tell from the title of this episode, we're going to be talking a lot about dubstep and EDM and things of those nature. The song that we have today is Welcome to the Black Parade, but the Steve Aoki 10th anniversary remix. Let's check it out.
Because one day I'll leave you a phantom to lead you in the summer to join the Black Parade. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up.
10th anniversary celebration, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for Steve Aoki. That's what I was thinking at originally. That would be really funny.
Well,
but anyways.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It's the My Chemical Romance 10th anniversary of their song.
Do you know-
Of Welcome Back to the Black Parade.
You know what this makes me think of? Wallet chains, fake switchblades, fake butterfly knives, being the really edgy kid at school that says all the horrible things that you could possibly say. That's what this makes me think of.
I guess. It's just
It
it's
seems like
so generic. For
dubstep,
It has the Pursuit of Happiness synths in it.
yes,
It's the same notes.
sound too.
It's the same sample. And then it has just generic EDM instrument after synth, after drum pad,
after build up, you know,
with an extremely sweet song. Like a very sweet song. This
The original recording is what
Yes.
you're referring to? Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
just dubbed over with just intense, sharp sounding knives to my ears.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this one too. You know, it wasn't my first choice because I kind of wanted to do Sandstorm by Darude, but this one also is so garbage because it's like he's doing a special remix for the 10th anniversary of this song coming out. And
so
this
funny.
is the turd. I don't know. I mean, this feels like a turd to me. Maybe this is like high-end EDM music, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind
there
of
is redeeming qualities in it. There are
Sure.
some new sounding pad synth stuff
that you didn't hear before.
exactly, and
Okay.
those are nice. So that's why I the Animals and then Sandstorm, those two songs, they kind of have redeeming qualities because they were the first ones to basically use those sounds,
Yes.
utilize those things, and it became kind of like Hey Ah, where now they're being used all over the place and is commercialized.
Yeah, the sounds specifically. Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. I mean, especially from Sandstorm because that one's just a funny meme from
Yeah,
like
for sure.
2007 or whatever. But you know, now it's time we talk about some songs that we can actually listen to every once in a while.
Guilty pleasures.
All right, Justin, do you want to start us off with guilty pleasures this week?
Yeah, so we're doing an EDM dubstep. I'm doing more of like mixes, just for example, Pursuit of Happiness. But anyways, and then Jack's doing more dubstep
Straight up,
picks.
yeah,
And
dubstep.
so I'm gonna pick two right away. He's gonna pick two.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jack's gonna win this week, so we'll save his for the end. But
Cringe.
yeah, so it's kind of a dubstep song and it's kind of not because it just has dubstep at the end, and it's Love Game by Tyga.
You know, it takes seconds to say hello, but forever to say goodbye. Moving on is easy, but what you leave behind is what makes it hard.
From Tyga's super underrated album, Careless World, Rise of the Last King, released in 2012. The end of the world,
Back
of
in the old
course.
day. Yeah.
Back in the old days.
Yeah.
When we were living in the mines.
When we thought we were gonna die. Oh my god. Remember when that movie with Nicolas Cage came out? It was called 2012.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole world fell apart.
It's fun.
That was
It's
a profit
fun.
machine, dude.
So think of this time, it's the rise of Tyga, and at the ending of the album, right after Kings and Queens, might I add, with Wale and Nas. Woo! That song's underrated too. You have a nice, like, a love song, and it's Love Game, and he's talking about his game of love that he has, this push and pull, he's trying to have relationships, but it's that Post Malone thing again.
Where you're a rock star to everybody's perspective, and like they want to live the lifestyle that you're living, so they're gonna try and pretend like they want to have
Right.
a long-term relationship with you, but really they're just trying to get in that life.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then so at the end, it's the hardest part about leaving someone that you love is that you wake up and they're gone, and then it goes into this extreme dubstep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's actually
It's not that bad.
It's cool to me because it's like it's such a change up to throw in at the end of a song and the end of the album, right? Is this the end of the album?
End of the album as well.
Wow, that's very interesting.
And it's 5 minutes into the song
yeah.
that it changes.
So you only get it for a little taste.
Yeah,
little
like a
taste.
minute. Like a minute.
And I just love how much of a contrast that is. It's super interesting.
Right? It was actually recommended to me by my brother. So
Dang, okay.
yeah,
There we go.
It was way back when, and he goes, "That's my favorite rap song. That's my favorite song right now because of it changes so much." It's pretty nice.
It's good reasoning.
It's pretty nice, but one that doesn't really change often and is in Project X and all of the party movies is Pursuit of Happiness, the extended remix by Steve Aoki, originally by Kid Cudi.
I'll be fine once I get it.
I actually really like the original version,
Mm-hmm.
just by Kid Cudi. A little bit better.
Yeah,
But
of course.
man, when you're at a party, this song really, really slaps.
Yeah.
And I really hadn't listened to this version until Project X came out. It's a little older than the movie. It took up a couple more. But I was so into the original version. It was the first rap verse that I ever memorized.
So that's special, right? That has a place in your heart.
It built the foundation of rap music. It's one of the main foundational songs of my catalog that I listen to. And then I listen to it too much because I usually I do that with songs.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I've listened
Yeah.
to Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder probably a million times now.
So that's why this one is a little bit more pleasing to my ears now.
Because it's a mix-up, and when you're at a party, it totally makes sense.
It's totally sweet.
It definitely changes the vibe of the song from what would be a smoke and chill kind of vibe to a let's smoke and party kind of vibe.
Well, let's throw my mom's couch off the roof vibe.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and sniff Molly and shit or whatever. So, do you want to mention some of your honorable mentions?
Yeah, because I'm going to do Off Top by Low Phil. I am not saying that right.
Who knows how to say that?
It has a Freddie Gibbs verse in it. So I really enjoy picking songs that are more EDM or more rap.
Yeah.
And then they remix into an EDM song, which we're going to mention in Aftermath today with AI music.
Oh, God.
Spotify's getting absolutely nuts with it. But so, for example, Goosebumps
Is
by
another one of your-
Travis Scott
Yeah.
has a remix, and his voice is more clear than the original version. So I actually like the remix more because I can hear him pronunciate more, and it's not just his Travis Scott auto-tune
Yeah, right.
the whole entire time. Well, okay, I don't know if I have a chance of winning Guilty Pleasures.
Because I picked some cringe ass shit.
Yeah. So let's move over to you, Jack.
All right. So the first song that I chose, this is technically the second song that I chose. However, I'm going to do it first because I know that my last one will win.
Okay.
The song that I have for you first is Sweet Nothing by Calvin Harris and Florence Welch. Man, dude. I mean, this song is so fucking catchy. It's kind of unbelievable.
It's really catchy.
It totally is riding the wave of Florence Welch's voice.
For sure.
Florence and the Machine, Dog Days Are Over. That was her 2009 super hit off her debut album. And so this song came out in 2012 off of the 18 Months album by Calvin Harris, which also had the super hit We Found Love featuring Rihanna. And I don't know, man. Calvin Harris just hit all the right chords, no pun intended. With
It's very
with this
soothing
stuff.
sounds. It's lives straight in EDM. There's not really any dubstep aspects, and there's this really nice synth bass that goes up an octave in the verses and then down an octave in the chorus.
Right,
So-
which just gives the chorus a heavy bumping effect, like
Right?
like a boombox almost in a sense.
Right, but then you have that synth bass and kind of a higher register, and it's utilizing where a dubstep noise would be, like a dubstep sharp pad that's hitting
Yeah.
your ears. And so this is a little bit more of like a calm, relaxing EDM song more than in your
Dubstep.
face.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. We definitely let the term dubstep and EDM be a little bit more abstract in general this week.
Well, for sure.
Because we're not usually people that listen to this kind of music, so it is kind of all the same to me. I'm not even going to lie to you.
we're learning as we go.
Right, exactly. Well, and the thing is like electronic dance music is such an all-encompassing term. That's like saying rock. Well, okay, there's classic rock, there's blues rock, there's country country rock. There's rockabilly.
Yeah.
There's rock and roll. There's too many different kinds of rock. So it's like
we're
EDM
like-
is like rock
Yeah, we're like in the 60s for rock. Today is
in EDM.
In EDM.
Yeah.
Because Beyonce and Drake are trying to do EDM stuff.
Now.
They're trying to make the club hits.
Definitely with Break My
And then-
Soul and Massive.
Yeah. And then back then they would be trying to do more rock and roll stuff.
Or just figuring out what kind of sounds they want.
Yeah, sounds that are popular in
Yep.
today's eye.
And speaking of rockish
Rock-ish.
sounds, yeah.
Well, just it's called headbanger music,
Well,
right?
the song is literally called Bangarang by Skrillex.
Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. Bangarang. Bass.
It's another
Bangarang.
classic. Like,
Bangarang.
Yeah.
Bass drop. Toot, toot. Chicky chicky bomb bomb. That's what I hear when I listen to this music, dude. It's like so
Prison Mike.
silly. It's so goofy. I don't know.
It's a classic, though, man.
Dude, when I was 11, I was so hype on this song.
Oh,
yeah. Everyone was on the back of the bus, dude. Listening to Bangarang and Rock
As
and
I
Roll by
listened to
Skrillex.
Love Game.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I feel like I would have had the same music tastes as you had I not taken a total classic rock turn in the 6th grade. Seriously, I used to listen to
that's hilarious.
Timbaland. This is the first time of me telling you on the pod, legit.
I
used
listened to Timberland, too.
No, but I'm saying I used to actually listen to Timbaland.
I do.
Before I got into rock, I was listening to that stuff, and then Green Day happened. And I made a friend who put me on to Green Day, and then I took a total classic rock right turn with my parents, just like, why don't you listen to Led Zeppelin? Your music sucks.
Yeah.
But then
Lil Wayne took me over, and Eminem, and Kid Cudi.
Oh,
and
yeah, I would have been
Kanye.
so captured by that music, dude. If I hadn't gotten into rock...
Akon, Tiger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been my music taste for sure. This would have been probably closer to my music taste as well, but what can I say about Bangarang other than it's
I
like...
kind of like it.
It's quintessential.
I kind of like
It is quintessential to EDM or dubstep, excuse me.
I hadn't heard it in a couple of years, so
Mm-hmm.
I go, hey, Jack, just give me a little refresher. And I heard
The first 2 seconds.
first two, and it's immediately, I remember the whole entire song.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's straight dubstep.
Oh yeah, the wow wow chicky chicky bow bow.
It's straight rave
stuff.
music.
Yep, it is. And I don't know what else to say about it really.
I don't think it is guilty enough.
I think it is though. I think it's guilty enough.
I
Well,
don't think the gavel can be hit down. on
Okay, so
this
we
one.
each get 2 votes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. You go first because I don't know what I'm thinking.
Well, how many times can I?
it's
So
2 votes.
Yeah.
You get 2.
well, this game is kind of. I don't know. I feel like I want to double vote for. I liked Love Game, so that one I'm not gonna vote for.
No double voting for yourself.
Yep, that's
you
fair.
have to have one of your votes
All right.
for someone else.
One vote is going to Bangarang, and then
Okay.
my other vote is going to the Kid Cudi "Pursuit of Happiness" Steve Aoki remix.
I don't want any of these to win. You're winning because I'm doing both of my votes to "Sweet Nothing" by Calvin Harris. I have to do it.
Yes.
I have to do it.
I win.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, I win.
Oh, it's a disappointment. I'm just kidding.
Nah. Well, speaking of wires and circuits and transistors and all the electronic noises that you could possibly make, how about
Right.
we talk about AI music in the aftermath? All right, Justin, we've got an aftermath for the first time in a long time.
In a long time.
And how about you break it down for us? What are we talking about?
So we're talking about AI music.
Okay.
So I was just doing a little deep dive on Google. I just looked up AI music. Do you know how many sites there are where you can log in and create an account and you can be like, oh, I want Justin Bieber mixed with Drake. And you can create your own AI music all on your own?
Dude, no, I had no clue.
You can
could
click
do that.
one button and create a 3-minute song of something that sounds fantastic that's never been made before just by using AI synthetic music. It is so freaking cool. And so that actually leads me into, I'm going to talk about a digital human later. Just the digital humans.
Yeah, that's
Woo!
going to get weird.
But so Spotify is developing AI tools in their software. So for example, I like using examples. I'll be listening to a Mick Jenkins song. Slow. And maybe I want to play that at a party. Maybe his rap verse is so good, but it just doesn't have the beat supporting it.
Yeah.
You can click an EDM button and it will make that Mick Jenkins song a remixed EDM.
I don't know. I mean, that changes the game.
Changes. You can make it an AC/DC rock song with Mick Jenkins verses.
Rapping over it. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, right? It allows so many more people to create and be creative with music. I can't be opposed to that necessarily, but it also means that real musicians,
But they're still going to be, so
they're
you
still
still
gonna
have
play
to have
shows.
those main samples. But so for example, you have an extraordinary rapper, someone that's really good at verses, but they need some help with the chorus. Let me just load in Michael Jackson for ya.
Right. See, I don't know. I mean, to me, that's kind of like music will change forever, and it probably will no longer be commodified in the way that it's commodified right now. Like, meaning everything being about album sales or buying instruments or selling equipment or buying equipment. There's probably going to be a point at some point where music turns into more of a therapeutic exercise, like what people consider art and drawing. Because there's just so much access to it. And I'm thinking this is a shift as big as the digital audio workstation. Because
For sure.
the way you used to make music 40 years ago, 30 years ago even, you had to get a label and you had to go to a recording studio, or you had to find some sort of recording studio to use even if you weren't on a label. But it meant,
even with CHEAPSHOT Studios over here.
Yeah, right. It meant traveling to a place, finding a producer, or just knowing how to use
an
the equipment.
audio engineer, not even a producer. You needed an audio engineer. That's why
full-on
Jimmy
one.
Iovine was so popular back in the day, because you would just stay in there and he knew how to exchange everything.
And work through everything, yeah. I mean, the thing is once that got brought into the home where people could make their own music, it definitely shifted the playing field for people like Billie Eilish, for example, where her and her brother made music using Logic, like what I'm using to record our podcast right now.
Right.
And now they're world famous.
Yeah, it's
and they
just so
play
cool.
shows. They played together on SNL like 6 months ago or something like that, where they were doing a Billie Eilish song acoustic. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's sweet. So they're still going to have those acoustic songs because it's so impressive.
And we're still going to have artists too, and we're going to still have, like, you know, people making music. It's just going to be way different. It's going to be...
People are going to be able to put samples of themselves into a new song and create a remix so easily.
Well, it's going to allow people who are not musical to make music.
For sure. And
That's
then it's going
basically
to
what
allow
it's
the
come down to.
people that can make music to make so much more.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what will happen with that. It could be that they make more music and the people who just choose to do the music field will make more music, and other people will make more music too. Or, I don't know. I could see there also being a disdain for AI tools that make music just because, there's this old story of this trumpet player. It's like Freddie Hubbard, I think. But
Shout out Casey
Yeah.
for telling us this one.
Yeah, this is an old guy from like the 1910s or 20s who used to play a trumpet, and he would put a handkerchief over his trumpet hand, like his fretting hand is what I'm going to call it, even though that's not right. the button pressing hand so that people wouldn't steal his notes or what he was playing.
And then what did the white man try to do, Jack?
Well, steal it, but also
they
tried to record it. Yeah.
too, and then he's like, no, I'm not going to let you steal it.
No, he basically never wanted to be recorded because he thought that no one would come out to live shows anymore, which that was proven wrong now. I mean, we know that people still go out to live shows.
It's just so impressive live.
Yeah.
But all right, let me make you
It's a
more
whole experience.
confused.
Yeah.
So there was a new Chinese YouTuber that went live the other month.
Mm.
And they got millions of views, 15 million in fact.
In China or in the US?
On YouTube.
Okay. But like the YouTube in China or the YouTube in the United States?
Well, it's based in China, so it's probably
the Chinese YouTube. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So anyways, that's not a real person. Singing they're singing in the video, they're doing some miscellaneous chores around their apartment.
Yeah.
And it's not a real person, Jack. It is an AI synthetic person that talks, that sings,
And generates music?
that generates creative content.
Huh. Like not even just music, like other stuff too?
Yeah, but
Like it draws.
Music is a part of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it can do basically whatever it wants.
That's kind of crazy actually.
Yeah.
And so the name of it is Gongjun, apparently. Wow. And it made a music video.
Yeah. and it's a YouTube creator.
Wow.
They are, not it. You can't call it it. It's the AI overlords are going to get mad at us.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they'll kill us all at some point, I guess, if they wanted to.
This is so absolutely incredible because we're going to get people that produce for a content creator that is AI generated. There's a new podcast coming out. It's called the NFT podcast, and they have 4 NFT people that are digital people that are going to talk about modern America, that are going to talk about things that are coming out, music, whatever's Kim Kardashian's doing.
Wow.
So we are starting just
The
this
technological
revolution.
singularity. Yeah, it's the technological singularity.
It's absolutely incredible.
Well, just imagine if this AI got used to build more AI that would build more AI that could clean up the planet, that could, solve
Well, it's
global
all
warming.
on internet right now. It's
Yeah.
all over the internet, but dude, these producers that are making this and making money from it, it's not just this AI is off on its own. People are still
Like helping it and programming it.
of course, it
Okay.
still needs to be programmed.
Yeah.
So we're going to have so much more of these, and it's going to create, you're going to have one person on like one AI person, and they're going to have at least a team of 10 people behind them, programming them, maybe writing something for it, putting in the work to make them have
Yeah.
a personality.
And then they
An
will exist in the
individual.
metaverse.
They are going to exist in the metaverse.
And then if real people exist in the metaverse, like you upload your consciousness to the metaverse,
you'll be able to interact with those fake AI people.
as if it were a real person and talk to them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, AI music's getting freaking crazy.
Yeah, dude. So this has been the Cheap Shot Music Podcast.
Please download or stream this episode wherever you get your podcasts.
Please leave a like and or a comment on our social medias. It's greatly appreciated.
And thank you everyone for watching and listening.